two finalists. Just how the draw worked out. So we would like to give a huge hand to these guys that have waited all day to play. And we have the runner-up from last year, from New Plymouth, Des the Wilcox! And finally, last year's winner and defending champion from Queenstown, Simon the Postman Singleton! So good luck, guys. I'm sure it'll be an awesome match. And thank you again, crowd, for staying around. Support these guys. Best of luck. Cheers.
So the best of evenings to all of you viewing. This is the match that so many of you wanted to see. We've had three absolute crackers so far. But this is a repeat of last year's final, Simon Singleton versus Des Wilcox. Simon bested Des last year, so this is a chance for Des to get back at him. The big question here is, do postmen post letters on Friday? We're just about to find out. One of the men who fought gallantly and was unfortunately beaten earlier on in the day, my co-commentator for at least the first half of this match. Welcome, Brent Brother Love Wells.
Hello, the pool fraternity of New Zealand. Thank you, John, for that beautiful introduction. Now, does the postman deliver on a Friday? As I found out last year, he certainly does. So this is going to be a fantastic game. I know Des has been playing very well. I've been up in New Plymouth for some reason, probably because my lovely Queen's up there. And I've been watching this guy practice, and he is a machine, but of course so is last year's winner. So this is going to be a fantastic game.
Oh, hell yeah. I was watching them both practice, and both of them looked like they were knocking balls in for fun. So if they can carry that into this game, then this is going to be really fun to watch. You seem to have an awful lot of admirers there, Brent. You want to address that?
I tell you what, I'm a very lucky man in the pool fraternity. I've got a lot of followers, and I am proud to be part of the big sport of pool in New Zealand, and to have so many gallant supporters out there. Today wasn't my day, but as my supporters know, I'll be back.
Yeah, you definitely played a lot better this year than you did last year. Last year you weren't quite there, but this year much better, much more accustomed to the rules, played the table better, weren't on the right end of the score, but I tell you what, you made a definite case for inclusion next year, and you won over even more fans if that's possible with how you fought so well in that game.
Yeah, one day I might get away to a good start, because the last 2 years, as you know, last year was 10-0 down, this year 7-2, so next year could be a bit different there, John.
7-2 up, imagine that. Anyway, it's great to have you here, and in any event, it's a great thing when the players can actually get on the mic themselves and give their insights, because no better people to tell us what's really happening than the players themselves.
Absolutely. All right, John, what's happened here? So we've had a break by Desi.
Dry break.
It looks like it's dry.
Yeah, dry break.
I
and
should be
we've
very
had
accustomed to it. I think I had a few of those myself today.
Oh, everyone's had a lot of dry breaks. But the first thing that did happen is that shark rack got removed, and the shark rack's been very good for the tournament, but sometimes it just gets in the way after the balls have been broken, and then you've had to have somebody to help get rid of it. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, how did you find the shark rack anyway? Did you enjoy that?
Haven't used it before, but yeah, it was, I thought it was fair on everyone to use that, so we all got the same sort of rack together, and it just, still didn't work for me, but hey, maybe next year, as I said, John. But let's have a look at what's going on here. We've got Simon, who is on the yellows, probably be looking to pot this yellow here and split that one out. It's stuck hard on the red, well, that's what I'd probably do anyway. So he's
play this for the split.
Yeah, absolutely. There we go. Postman is
look out for the other yellow that's now partially covered, but not enough to really make it tough. Position's not going to be easy, but I'd say you'd be reasonably happy with that result, given that other yellow is on. It looks like he's not even going to bother with it. He's just going to play a bit of safety.
Simon, he knows how to play this game, so you'll see a lot of safety from him. Thank you to all those guys who are putting up all the great messages up on the wall. Everyone's in the shed tonight. Oh, I love the shed. Been there a few times myself.
The shed, can you elaborate?
There's a few sheds down here in Christchurch that I've been to as well. It's been a good weekend, John, no matter what happened. There we go, Des has played probably a containing safety there.
Yeah, he's just trying to chuck a stick in the cogs, so to speak, just to slow Simon down. Simon, first few shots in this frame, he looked all business and then dropped an unexpected safety in, so looking to slow that down even more, but that's a fantastic first shot. He's got the option here of whether he wants to take that ball down the rail or get the split. Just listen to that whistle. Somebody's got some pipes.
There's quite a bit of a crowd here tonight.
So he got the split, but he's ended up almost married to that yellow. I don't think Holly would like that too much if he were married to the yellow.
We'll probably find Simon will play some sort of safety. He's very good at the safety game, and he's a very patient man. So
he is indeed, and just a short and quick shout out to Simon's support crew who have travelled all the way here from Queenstown to give him their best, and among those, of course, his partner Holly, that was not a million miles away, but a chance for Des now.
Absolutely, all balls are on, John. And from what I've seen in the last week or so, this is ABC for Des Wilcox.
Have to make sure of the A first. Yes, he has, so rest of the frame is up to him. That first yellow of those two that are near that corner pocket bottom right looks like it goes. But did you see how the Simon supporters all had the postman shirts on?
They did.
I love that.
That is good. It's just a great thing to be part of this sort of tournament with those sort of things happening. Next year it might be a chance for my brother love fraternity to get a few shirts out there, whether it'll make a difference or not.
The love bus comes into town.
Brother.
Get the love bus into town.
Absolutely. Now, he's just probably going to stop this one here, John, and give himself a little bit of an angle to head on downtown. He's got a couple of choices
get on
down there.
Yeah, it's pretty much right where he was queuing up, or shadow queuing before.
Thank you, Michael and Gary, for your lovely comments there. Oh, this is a little bit short.
Yeah, he didn't cue that as well as he wanted to. It actually didn't ping off the rail like he expected it to. Either that or he just under-cued it, and maybe this brain to arm didn't quite function as he would have liked it to.
What you want to do here is just clip off the left-hand side of this red and make sure he can't see that red that he's queuing over there, just to give Simon something to think about. And that's exactly what he's done.
Yeah, good patience too.
Players, Des Wilcox.
He's a very good safety player as well. We know obviously his potting abilities. You would have seen it firsthand, and we saw it last year, but his ability to just slow the game down as well, as you did in your match, is quite brilliant. Against a guy like Simon, you must make him think. You can't get to the table and have a chance every time. He'll just mop you up and say thanks for coming, see you later.
Well, both players are showing some caution. This has been the first frame, so this could be a sign of things to come, John. A bit more safety, containing sort of stuff. But good luck trying to contain Mr. Wilcox. When he's on, he is on.
I think the best way to contain Des is just ask Chrissy. I think she'd know about that. We don't quite have the ability to do what both of them have done, and the fact that Des has got 3 children to care for and can still play a mean game with Paul. I say that and he goes and off, but the point still stands. How to fit Paul into his busy life, having a job and 3 kids that he looks after with his partner Chrissy. That's a real feat, and to be able to play Paul to the level that he does shows a special level of commitment.
Absolutely. Well, as you can see, he's taken his free shot to have a little crack at a red. And that's the free shot over, so only one visit from here. Looks pretty good from here. Just a little screw on that yellow into the corner. Probably wants to give himself a little bit of an angle so he can get on the 10 without too much drama. Oh, there you go.
No, that's fine.
It's a little bit straight from what I would have thought.
Well, he's just looking for the control, isn't he? He's not trying to put too much work on the cue ball early. He's trying to develop a stroke, as it were, rather than going bull at a gate. It's something that some of the players, I think Kerry was the worst at this, is going bull at a gate early and running into problems. Simon's just trying to ease his way into it. Yeah, he just trusts his stroke so much. That's a beautiful shot. And Simon Julie goes 1 frame to 0 up. To answer your question, Kieran, Baden Jackson beat Kerry Wirtz 13 frames to 11. So your 3 semi-finalists at the very moment are Adam Shaw playing Adam Lilly in the first semi-final, and then Baden Jackson will play against the winner of this game in the second semi. That will all be for tomorrow. This particular game, however, is the now, and this is the focus of the hour.
Alright, in answer to Kieran Hayes' question, Baden Jackson won 13-11 over Kerry Wirtz. It was another fantastic game to watch. Frame number 2, Mr. Singleton to break.
Yeah, all 3 games so different. All very similar scores and all very close, but all had their own little quirks and qualms and talking points about them. That there was nothing samey about any of those. It was, especially that last game, was just so up and down and so unpredictable that you couldn't help but look.
Absolutely. It looks like we've got a prediction of a semi-final win to Adam. I'm pretty sure that's a 100% chance of that happening with Adam playing Adam. And
yeah. Just whether it's a sure thing or whether he gets struck by lightning.
Right, so Desi is on the reds for this one.
Your resolution may be to blame there, Barry. I've seen a few people actually have trouble with viewing the footage, and my first suggestion to you is to change the resolution on your screen to 720p.
This is the reason. This is the reason why I like John here with me, because that sort of question is something I wouldn't be able to answer. Terry, if an opponent fouls, what is the penalty? All right, so the penalty is you play the ball from where it lies, and you get 1 free shot, and then 1 visit after that. Or if you don't like where it lies, you can take it behind what they call the head string down the bottom there, or the D, and put it anywhere behind that head string and play from there, and get 1 free shot and 1 visit after that. In the free shot, you can play any ball, including the black. You can't pop the black though, but you can use it to pot a ball if you want to.
That's all good, Barry. I'm glad that you can see it fine now. Oh, look at this. That needs to stop at will. That's worked out quite beautifully for him. Got it there in a flash, didn't he? So now just a bit of control off this rail, and I reckon it's the black in the opposite corner pocket, Brent.
Well, the way that he was looking, he's looking at the middle, the right-hand middle pocket, but looks like he can just screw this back a little bit there, John, and play it into the left-hand corner. That would be the better shot to play, I would have thought.
Same hole.
Yeah. So there we go. A little bit overrun, but it's on in the other corner pocket as well by the looks of things, so got 2 choices.
Should be okay though, he just needs to control this. Doesn't need to worry about the in-off. Oh, look at that. Why was I even doubting? That's beautiful, and he goes and takes it to 1-all. I see you're a fan of Dr. Dre.
Well, that's 1-1. As we expected, it's going to be a very close game.
Oh, well, I'm hoping it's a close game. It makes for compelling viewing if it's a close game. It's all compelling viewing anyway, but it takes it up several gears when it's a close match. All 3 games that have been played and completed have been close. This one on paper promises much the same. So let's see if paper then converts to it on the table. Desi's got 2 reds off the break here.
Yep, he has got 2 reds, but believe it or not, he might have to take the yellows, John.
There you go, Terry, with that question, Brent.
That's on the
This is all yours.
with first shot. Yeah, you're right on the money there, Terry. To gain position is probably the only reason why you'd pot an opponent's ball. It's always preferable to leave as many opponent's balls on the tables as you can on the table. But there are times when that's not possible, and it's better for you to pot it, gain the position, and then go from there.
Also, if you've got a ball that's over the pocket and you've got some of your balls behind it, if you've got a free shot and you can pot that ball that's blocking yours, then you do it. It's like having a free ball or a combo in Chartered Club rules. You can use that free ball option to actually take your opponent's ball and pot it. It's the same way with your free shot and black ball.
Absolutely. I think Des is alright here. You can just pop this one. We'll play the little play. Just like that. And that shot, well, Des made that look easy. Believe me, it's not as easy as what he made it look.
Yeah, it only looks easy because we're looking at it from here. But
I think
it's as easy as the players make it, really, isn't it?
Absolutely. I think Des should be looking at getting on that ball that's on the rail. Probably after this shot. What he can do then is play that one that's just over the middle to get on this red this yellow that he's about to take now. But
I reckon that the one he's looking at now is the same end of the table as the cue ball. I think he takes this and then the yellow down the rail. I reckon that's what he'll be looking at here, because the yellow that's near the middle pocket's a good ball for the black.
Absolutely. Now, for those who have been watching all day, these shots are not easy. I can tell you that hole down where Des is looking very small.
Shot.
Look at that. Not for Des Wilcox.
That's a beauty. Now he just needs to make sure he gets control on this. Doesn't really need to do anything with it. Just play it sort of pocket weight and just drop it in, let the white ball just sit roughly where the yellow is. No, that's fine.
That's right, Corey. That's what we call the chicken shot, eh, buddy? The old down the rail shot.
And ask Spaden, as he has done very nicely all day, to remove the rack.
Well, John, there's a question from Billy Smith about the shore cues. Not too sure what question that was.
Where can you... Something about where you can get the shore cues, or if I believe there's another batch of them being made at the moment by Adam Shaw. If Adam's actually here, well, maybe even Mike can answer this. I see Michael Hayes hovering around still. Mike, someone's asked a question about shore cues. What's this like? Yeah, I really wanted to know where you could get one.
Yeah, Adam doesn't really have any yet. The best thing to do is to contact to get one. Daryl has to stop there.
My best bet, Billy Smith, is to contact Daryl Chambers at OnCue if you want to get one. At the moment he hasn't made any. He is making some cues at the moment, I understand, but see Daryl at OnCue or contact him, let him know you're interested, and he can flick that on to Adam and he can make you a cue. Yeah, I see Camellia Cook's a massive fan of Des. Actually, a lot of Des Wilcox fans here. It's great to see you all supporting your man. And I know Simon's got a lot of support as well, especially from everybody in Otago, but Desi Wilcox very popular in the Taranaki region. Liz? just been reliably informed that Simon's supporters aren't all that vocal at the moment, but you just wait. If he gets a few frames under his belt, you listen to them, they'll be up in arms, cheering and whooping and hollering and giving it their all.
As you can see, Simon is on the reds, and I think this is a good set to be on. So they're all out in the open, and I'm pretty sure Simon will work his way around the table. And I don't think I reckon Des might get back to the table after this.
I don't know if Adam Shaw himself has a Facebook page for his cues. On Q most definitely do have a website and a Facebook page, so if you go there and drop a message in to Daryl or Sue on Q, then you can get your query answered there. If I do find Adam in the building, I will definitely let him know that you're interested in getting one of his cues though, Billy, so maybe Adam himself can answer you that question.
Simon's just going to roll this red into the middle and get on that red by the yellow into the corner, play the other red into the middle, and I believe that will be 2-all draw.
All goes to the plan that you've just laid out.
It looks pretty good from here. Actually looking at the one in the middle, but I'm pretty sure we'll take that into the corner.
That's the one, isn't it?
It is.
Take the one to the corner, miss the yellow. Should coast back for the red in the middle. I believe Brent. Yeah, I believe you're about to break your alcohol duck there, Brent.
Oh, sorry about the language. Well, I find that very hard to believe that he made that shot there.
He must have believed that he was going to get a fuller contact on that or hit the left-hand side of it, but that's ugly, and now he's going to have to think of a plan B.
Yeah, Des will be licking his lips after that shot.
Oh, hell yeah.
And yes, Corey, you're right. Be lucky to get a chicken nugget with that one.
Yeah. Tell you what, he wasn't shy either, but no ding, so Des now to the table, and one of the balls that's the hardest is actually the one he's right on now, so if he can manage to get this and give himself a shot at removing that other yellow near the rail, it could be well on here. He's just off angle here, so cut this in and maybe develop that yellow there. That's what he's tried to do, and it hasn't quite worked, but at least he's got something else that he can play for.
Sometimes things just don't go the way that you want it to. That shot there.
It's life, isn't it?
And, you know,
it's life, it's pull. Sometimes it doesn't go your way.
I'm sure you didn't want to get that close to the middle.
Well, no, but the result actually spoke for itself there. He's got all three yellows that he can play. Some may actually ask, well, why is he not playing the one down the rail? But the one down the rail is the hardest to get position on the other two for, so that one there gave himself a chance of position for either of the other two. So now he's got a choice, and he can configure that last yellow as he wants.
Mr. Barry Appleton just reminded us that we have the Junior Nationals being played in Invercargill this weekend, of all places. Fantastic place is old Invercargill. So to all the juniors who are playing there, I wish you guys all the best from Brother Love, and I hope you have a fantastic tournament.
Double. No, but well positioned on the cue ball.
I don't think he was going for that double, to be honest, John. I think it was all about safety because the black wasn't on anyway.
Yeah, agreed. The pot was the second prize there, wasn't it? So he wouldn't have had it. I don't think he had a shot on the black anyway.
The postman's looking to bring out something special. There was repertoire. And
Oh, that's not far away. What an attempt.
That was a fantastic attempt.
Tell you what, this ain't half easy. This is a real pressure shot here. Great pot. Can he get position on the 8?
That was a great shot by Des here. It made it look so easy.
He did.
He's got a choice of 2
Hell,
shots here.
yeah.
Try and cut it and get safe. Or
But I reckon he'll try and
Double
double this and
leave the white safe. Right?
and leave the white
This
safe.
is
Yeah,
looking like a cut to me, John. Oh, a double. Triple shot.
Triple.
He's hit it just a wee bit hard.
Is this cuttable? Asking a question that Simon can provide an answer to, but I actually think this cart's. I don't think
I
the
have to
client
agree.
left it safe enough. Brent?
I have to agree, but I think he's going to have to cannon him to the black, to be honest. Because he's going to have to cut it so fine. He's going to have not too much control on the white. And there you go. Simon's experience showing there.
Yeah,
There's just a little edge on the 10.
Yeah. He's not panicked at all there, has he? Janet Scanlon, Simon's mum, is giving her son all the very best. It's great to have you joining us from the UK, Janet.
Yeah, welcome, Janet. I know it's fairly nervous for parents to be watching their children play. I had my dad watching me today. And I rang him before the game and after the game, and yeah, I think he lost a few strands of hair during my game. But no, it's definitely hard for parents to watch their children.
Oh, definitely. Des did try to play that shot, by the way, Gary, but he just overcued it slightly. But yeah, it's great how with the technology that we've got and the fact that we can stream games, that you can live half a world away and still watch one of your loved ones play. It's awesome. Cue ball. Cue ball. Ooh.
That was very close. You see that? He's going to have to cue this one quite well, John. Especially in between the jaws there.
Jesus, this is a litmus test and a half, isn't it?
The postman's got a very good technique. I can't see him missing this, to be honest.
Oh, he hasn't either. Beautifully played. It looks easy from here, but it is not. Not with the pressure and not with the fact that these corner pockets are quite tight. So well done, Simon, and he levels us up at 2. Get your groove on.
Bit of Earth, Wind and Fire playing out there.
Get the elements into you.
For those pool players who watched Simon play that shot, very important that he kept his head still and cued through the ball even though he was in the jaws, and everything else was history.
Yeah, it's so important that you follow those basics, isn't it? No matter what you're doing or where you are, the basics serve you well every time. So he has made a ball off the break and the rack's easily removed. So it's up to Des now to decide which set he wants. I'd say it'd be the reds from here, but there's not really an easy red to get on.
That's right. First shot is the play. See how that goes.
Oh, he's played that quite wonderfully. And he's actually pushed that yellow safe as well, which is even better. Can you tell us what he gave you, Jackson?
Well, not overcooked there, but he's still got this red into the corner. Even a bit of
Chicken's a
angle.
bit-
I think he wants a bit of angle just to cannon into a couple of those reds that are down there, John. It'll make life a bit easier.
Well, he's made that look so simple, hasn't he? That's a beautiful shot.
Now, this is one, I don't know whether those two balls above that bottom red are on. It looks like they might be. So he might not need to split those at all.
The highest of those three reds is on. That's the one he'll be playing for. Looks like he might have just about got there. Oh boy. You stick the knife in any further, Carl?
This might be making the most of his extension here.
Yeah, how did you find that, Brent, having the shot clock line and then the extension?
I think it's a lot better than what it was last year. We sort of had it set up, but it wasn't quite working properly. This year it was, and everyone knew where they stood with the old loud beeps that were coming your way. And I think it's good to keep things moving and make sure spectators are enjoying a good fast game as well.
Yeah, no good watching players take a minute over every shot, is it?
No.
You see that a lot in Poland. You almost fall asleep watching them play, but what you love is the fact that the players are forced to play at a quicker pace. That's a beautiful double from Simon.
It was a very good double, John, because look where he left the white. If he hadn't missed that, it was frame. So he was very confident with his double to Simon.
Yeah, I'm a fan of some horticulture myself, Michael. Especially on a pool table, I love to see the very best of them. You see where he's aimed the cue there, Brent?
He might be able to just screw past the middle pocket, which he's done. He's got on the ball on the rail.
Probably not as well as he would like, though. I don't think he'll take that now. I would say he'd take this and either run past for the yellow in the corner, or he'd sort of stun screw for the yellow in the middle. And he wants to be off straight here. Doesn't really want to be straight or even the wrong side of it. It looks like he's okay, though. He'll make that angle himself.
Well, whether he's going to attack this or just roll it in, pretty sure Simon will attack this, so it's probably a fair way down the table for the black.
Right hand side.
I don't think he needs right hand side, but there you go.
Oh, he's off angle though, so it's not too bad. He doesn't have to worry so much about his position. Yeah, no worry at all. He's cued that lovely. Looks like it just might be straight enough for him to just cue through and put the black in the middle pocket here, Brent.
I think that's the 3-2 to Des, I would say.
Yes, it is.
Here's the cue ball going, John.
Yeah, I was wondering that for a moment, but it then sort of straightened out and was fine. So 3-2 to Des now, and unlike the actual game last year between these two, Des has actually managed to get a start going.
Absolutely.
Oh, this is a tune and a half.
Bit of a run to the hills playing. I'm telling you now, John, there's nowhere to run when you're playing this game.
Exactly. Everyone will find you if you try. See Baden there looking resplendent in his pink shirt.
There's no one who can wear a pink shirt like Baden Jackson can. He's the only one I know who can get away with it.
I can. Have you not seen me wear a pink shirt?
I haven't, John, to be honest. Maybe a pink shirt when you've been doing your marathons. You might have a pink singlet on one time. Does it make you go any faster?
Not a pink singlet. If it's got a racing stripe on it, maybe. I don't actually own a pink singlet, Brent.
So there's a few Naki players on the old On
hell
Q
yeah.
website today, the New Zealand Porsche live streaming.
Becomes a North versus South battle as well, which adds more to it. Simon, of course, representing the South Island, and Des the North Island. And what you also have is you've got Englishmen versus Kiwis in this game, because Simon, of course, from England originally, and Des is a Kiwi. Hello, Sam. It's great to have you on. And
Another he's an Auckland now, but he is a Neki through and through, that boy. Hello, Samuel. Good to see you watching. Super Tech score Baden and Kerry, 13 to Baden and 11 to Kerry. Very close game.
Simon looking to make quick work of this. Looking for the angle that he wants on that last yellow. I'd say just off straight, so cue ball somewhere near that red in the middle of the table.
Mr. Wilcox is based in the Neki, of course, up in
Lives
New
in
Plymouth.
New Plymouth, yep.
Along with my queen, who's up there as well, John.
Sorry?
Miss Cindy Keegan.
Oh yes, your one and only.
Yeah, my one and only. That's her. I believe she's out there somewhere. I heard her voice before. Bearing on Desi.
Still
So
here.
another Neki supporter out there for Des Wilcox. Haven't heard too much about the Postman supporters yet, John.
No, I just think you just have so much in the way of support for both players, but I think it just depends on who's on watching, doesn't it? Who's in the venue and who's actually watching online.
He's got to take a good bit of time on the shot because he's quite tight this corner.
Missed it. So you had the rail a long way down from the pocket.
Thank you, Gary. And Mr. Peter Bevins is in the house. Machine number 3. Hello, Mr. Bevins. Hope you're behaving. And I hope that, I was going to say something else, but I hope that cat of yours is much better.
Are you talking to Gary there?
To Mr. Bevins.
Oh.
Yes. His cat had a little injury not long ago. Being a cat man myself, it's good to hear that this cat is on the mend.
Yeah, I'm definitely a cat person as well. I love all animals. I'm an animal person by trade, but I am first and foremost a cat man. So yeah, it's always great to see if a cat does injure itself or get injured, that it does come back to full health.
I think Des has no choice here but to play a semi-decent safety here.
That's not just semi-decent, that's beautiful. That's a lovely shot, Des.
It's got such a nice touch around the table as Mr. Wilcox. Let's get them from the on-cue tables up in the Neki. 18.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a running joke there, John.
Yeah, it's an inside joke to me, I'm afraid. There should be, actually, Tammy. I reckon that would be a great prize to have. This looks in. This looks in. He's got it!
And there you go.
3 each, Simon Singleton.
Great shot,
what a
postman.
great shot on the black in the last frame. And why not celebrate that?
Unfortunately, saying he won't be paying. I think he's collecting this time.
Yeah.
Timmy, no, there isn't any prize for the most 8 balls. Maybe it's something that we'll look at in the future.
Yeah, I think it's a great incentive to include a prize for that.
Well, put some sounds on it.
I know what you do. I know it does depend on the actual game as to whether you get 8 balls or not, but you reward attacking play because these rules reward attacking play, so
Talking about rules,
Something
John,
like
do you-
that,
do you
yeah.
want to answer that question coming in from Brendo there?
What rule set are they playing? These players are playing the black ball rules, Brendo, which are similar but not quite the same as the World Two-Shot rules. So you will see differences explained as we come to that in the matches there. So if you are familiar with the two-shot rules, then similar to but not quite the same.
Thank you, Brad Campbell. Yeah, it was a valiant comeback. One day I'll learn how to get in front instead of having to do these comebacks all the time, and you're spot on. The last 3 games I got 1 break. So hats off to my opponent, Adam Lilly, and I wish him all the best going forward.
Well, two-shot fouls, yes, Michael, but the first shot doesn't carry and it's a free shot as opposed to having the 2 shots that carry. So that's one of the biggest differences between black ball rules and the regular 2-shot rules, is that you can play any ball on the table with your free shot, whereas in 2-shot rules you're still restricted to your own set unless you're foul snookered. Well, that's good, Brendo. So already you're half up with the play. I love how Simon doesn't seem to care about the beep going off in the background.
Yeah.
Obviously he's well acquainted with the shot clock.
Either that or he's just so focused he's concentrated on the shot. He's got a bit of trouble with that red. That's in line with the 8 ball there, John. I'm not sure what he's going to do with that one.
First thing I'd do is use the extension.
Looks like he's going to try something with that one now.
Oh, triple, yes! That was the next shot that was going to pop into my mind, but he's played that so beautifully. Look, 1-2 rails, didn't even touch the yellow, and in she goes. Beautiful.
That was a beautiful shot, isn't it?
Now asking for Baden and that lovely pink shirt of his to remove the rack.
And he does so. Right, we've still got a bit of trouble here. This might be the face double. What do you reckon, John? Oh no, we're going for...
No, it's a cut.
Is it a cut or take it off his other ball? No, definitely a cut.
Don't go behind the yellow. No, it hasn't. He's the wrong side of it, but at the very least he's got a shot on it. As far as you... Yeah, no, that's one for you there, Matt. Maybe Tammy. But Kerry Stewart... if you... It depends on the situation of the game. If it's just a normal shot, if you hit your ball first and pot your opponent's ball... Oh, what a shot that is. Not so rudely interrupted there. But if it's a normal shot and you pot your opponent's ball whilst hitting yours first and don't pot your ball, it's still a foul. If you've got a free shot and you hit your ball first and pot your opponent's ball, it's a fair shot and you continue. If you pot both... Oh, he's flicked the yellow and it's missed. But if you pot your ball and your opponent's ball on the same shot, then it's called a skill shot and it's a fair shot and it's still your shot next.
Right, Des, it looks like the runway's been open and all the balls are there ready for you to take care of. Still overrun that a bit there, John.
Yeah, I think he just put a little bit too much side there.
Yeah, he's got a ball over the hole.
Chrissy over our shoulder watching quite nervously.
Chrissy, as Des's partner, is right over my shoulder, making sure
we say only nice things
only
about
nice
her
things
partner.
about Des. Oh, we always say nice things about him.
Never.
Never.
We'd never do that. You can even watch the play back. You can even watch this stream back and you'll know that we're not making that up. We make a whole bunch of stuff up, but never that.
Corey. Oh, yeah, maybe he is closing his eyes every third shot. Not too sure.
Got a bit of time here on
this
his
is a
side.
shot.
If he doesn't get this, which he has, so he's rendered my point moot.
Very good. There you go.
But I was going to say, if he didn't get that, he had at least left close to nothing on the red. But as it is, he's fine, so he can continue on as he was. Who was? You were. I know you were.
One more good shot. Chrissy, and should see the 8 in the middle pocket.
That's the dream, isn't it? For more than one person here. Oh, that's gone from bad to worse. Has he left that in the jaw, though?
Oh,
He has indeed. He's gotten the
has,
biggest
and-
slice of luck.
And unlike combo rules, that is not a free ball drop.
No, you cannot claim a snooker off that. Dear, oh dear. I don't think I've not seen that so far today. I've seen them get close, but never one that's actually sat in the jaw like that.
I must agree, Mr. Thompson, hopefully with the normal size wide as well. What do you think about that?
Well, not if you're playing reds and yellows. I know the big white ball is the favourite for most people, but if it's a reds and yellows game, it's got to stay true to the actual game for me.
You're coming off a few cushions here, John.
3. No, he just misses it. He just missed it. That was a great effort, but no ding. So you can take this inside, not the D, but behind the bulk line and play the easy yellow into the corner. And he's weighted that quite wonderfully, Brent.
Yeah, I think these guys have got the weight of the table now, so
Yes, there it goes. Did there what he couldn't do before, and he retakes the lead. It's 4-3 to Des.
Getting the GR was drug blue. This one, this one, that one. This is a dream for the team. Was a fiend. That's broken bones at 16.
I was trying to wrap over the top of that so we didn't get copyright strike. But there we go. Oh, it's just dropped. No, if it's a black cue, it's Simon. That's how you know. Look at the colour of the cue.
So when there's a foul made off the break, John, just for our listeners, Des has a free shot here.
Yes, he does. It's
But
the same
if
as
he-
any other foul.
If he was to pot the red, he is still not on that set. He still has to pot a ball after this free shot. So it's still what we call an open table right now.
Yep.
And he can have a selection of reds and yellows. My money's on yellows.
Oh, it's the way he's promoted them all. It has to be. Played that shot deliberately to make the yellows actually on. I do like that comment that you made though, Red. Even though, as I've said a few times before, biases are for bowling balls, not commentators. I do love to see people have an actual support person for this particular match.
This has got a great opportunity here, John. I'll be playing this yellow into the middle.
It's going to be
That
the
yellow-
8 that causes the headaches.
I think the 8 goes past the yellow once he moves it, So he wants to put this ball onto the middle, followed by that yellow, and then he's got two choices.
It's two in the middle, isn't it? Now, I reckon it's the yellow he's looking at and then the one that blocks the 8. Or maybe not. Maybe he's going to play the one bottom that we can see and then the one that blocks the 8. And then from there use the yellow on the far side of the table to get position on the black, because that looks the most natural way to do it for me. At least right now, the way he's set that up, sort of run the circle, so to speak.
So is he going to play this one into the corner now? Is that what you're saying? Or last? Because it goes into the same hole as that yellow into the corner, I believe. So now he's got a bit of traffic there, John. Now he's queuing over a ball as well.
I think he's over-queued that.
Natural angle tells me...
That's where he's pointed to on the table. That's where he wants it to land. I think he's okay. I don't think he'll run into anything here. Just needs to watch that, except for that red maybe. Except for that red. That was the only problem he ever had, was that red right there, and it's come to bite him on the bum.
That shot he played into the corner should have been played before those two balls into the middle. He would have had some opportunities there, but he could still come off this red, John. That shot wasn't on, so it's a safety from Des.
Yeah, no, he didn't see enough of that. And he's played a good shot too. He would have been disappointed that he couldn't pot that black, but he's managed to come up with half a safety here, and Simon now really has to think about what he's doing. Does he try to pot this red below the black, or does he try to just play a safety and put Des back in, but he's got a snooker to contend with? What would you do here, Brent? I know what you would do when Adam was running right on there.
He could nick off that bottom red and cause a snooker, because he should have two balls blocking the 8 like that. Oh, he's left a little bit of the 8 on, but I still don't think it's an easy shot for Des to play.
Well, he's got the in-off to watch out for here. If he does flick off the 8, then that middle pocket's staring him right in the face, so if he comes off that rail that is looking at the rail at the bottom of your screen there, maybe it's even on past that red. That's on.
I think he's got a little angle. Not too sure if it can come off that red and go in the corner, but we're about to find out.
Triple. Yeah, wrong ball went in, Chrissy, sorry. It's Chrissy there just willing the black to go in, but the white did it instead.
I think Simon's going to have to use his free shot though to move the black, but he's probably going to play patient.
I think that's what he's doing. I think he's going to use the red to move the black here. He's actually missed the black.
GG Ryan King has just joined us for all those Necky fans.
What are you doing?
You're not going to get vibes from me. I'm a loser.
Can you get vibes from
I'm a loser.
I don't really send vibes. I said to you guys before, and I don't think you guys ever listen, that I'm biases for lawn bowls, not commentators.
Play lawn bowls in the south, mate. I'm sure the Necky boys are cheering for Dizzy here.
Oh, they are, and they've got more supporters than you'd ever know, so...
Playing well to start off with, you know. You carry this on, it's going to go the whole way.
I think he's left a little piece of this, so he's not quite tied that up as he wanted to. Just a little snap, just like the pork rind. That's now on. Simon's. He just flipped back off the rail. It wasn't on. Have you been on the sauce, Chrissy? Nah.
We're lucky to be joined by Chrissy Marsden, the partner of Des Wilcox, here with us tonight.
Sorry?
So we're lucky to be joined by Chrissy Marathon, partner of Des Wilcox.
I should grab a third microphone for her and ask her to sit in. Although I don't know if I don't know if a lot of people would like what she has to say about Simon. I've just fomented something here, haven't I? Yeah, just play the snooker.
Extra careful here not to leave a little piece of his tail, and he has again.
Yeah, small white ball gets in that gap.
Yeah.
At least I think it does anyway. Oh, Corey. Do you want to answer that one, Chrissy?
What's his name?
Bottom one.
Chrissy the Sugar Jokes
I
Master.
think he's Sugar Jones' mother. Well, Sugar Jones is mother.
So with that comment there, you got confused before.
Chrissy, Sugar Jones. Oh, God.
Something about Marissa is what, your mum? Oh. Apologies.
Right, see if Des can squeeze in between the cushion and that red. What do you reckon, John?
I think it's on. He's actually asked some. He's actually no. I think he's asked for the extension. So I do believe he can, and what he was wanting was for a referee to watch the shot.
Samuel Newman. Marissa. I believe Sam likes a bit of Marissa last
Sam
name.
Newman loves Marissa. I love a piece of making.
How far can you go? Can you get to the car park before anyone hears that?
Simon's got fully ABC clearance here. Ooh, that one hit the jaw a bit.
That's lovely though for Pos. They actually played that very well because that was so. It was such an important first ball. Obviously make it, but also to make sure you cue it so well to come back. That's your own fault, Chrissy. You have no one to blame but yourself for that.
Right, it's only early John, so
True.
guessing what we're going to be like there.
It only has the potential to get worse. He had. Tell you what, Simon didn't have a large area to land in there. Getting that close to the red, he's done extremely well to get the position that he's got. And that's lovely. Now you can hear a bit of Simon's support. Just to go down to get it to 4-all, so good little comeback there from Simon.
Can you tell I used to be a DJ?
No. I never would have known that Brent Wells was a DJ in a previous life.
DJ Bro Love, to be in fact,
What a love in the house.
at the iconic bar.
Just a Coke, no sugar, thanks.
Coke Zero.
Either zero or no sugar, whichever one you have. Good. And be back soon, folks. Well, I will be anyway, and I'll leave you in the capable hands of Brother Love.
Well, thank you, John. Right, there we go. 4-4. If anyone thought this game was going to be a walkover, think again. This is going to be a very close game, as most games have been tonight. Fantastic break there by Des. The Reds are really looking good. Can't see, apart from the red that's a little bit close to the cushion on the left hand side, I'm sure Des will work something out there to perhaps kick that out. This one's on. red I was talking about might be in the same on the same hole that he's playing this one onto here. So all he needs is to get some sort of position, which is about this one here, to play off the cushion and look at getting on that red past the yellow, and then it's a safe journey home from there. It's a nice little cut into the corner here for theirs. Nice dead weight on that red into the corner as well. Perfect chance to get on the black, and of course the rest is history. Well, he took it a different way than I thought he was going to, and now he has to take this down on the far right hand corner to leave himself a shot on the black. Just ran out of posse there, John. I'm sure he's still got this on down the corner.
Oh, for sure. This has got to be a confidence shot. Has to be. Has to be. Unlucky with the yellow getting in the way, though. But I just wonder if that might cross the yellow to the right. Because if it is, this is like... All hope is not lost if that is on. Say the way he's queuing that up, it definitely drops.
We're about to find out.
Can he make it drop? Thank you. Not here. No, he hit the black first, but he hit it way too thick. The fact that all the yellows moved is why because he hit the black too thick. Yeah, I think that's exactly what Des would want as well. Hayden, as obvious as it is for me to say, so if you remember the final last year, Simon got out to a fairly good lead on Des, and Des unfortunately was not able to catch that up. So for Des to be able to jump out the blocks and at least go into the intermission with a lead, well, that'll help him so much. Simon at the moment's at the table though, and this looks routine. I know what you're saying, Carl, and if you're wanting to bank on a player to get a routine finish, so to speak, it would be Simon out of everyone here, but nothing's been routine today. I don't think he's that happy with that either, although I don't know why.
Should better screw that one back, John, and play the other one into the middle and just roll through, so he's got a semi-easy last yellow into the corner.
Looks like looked like he was off angle enough for that shot to still be on.
It's gone a different way to what I would have. That's why I'm commentating now. I'm probably not playing.
Well, yeah. I'm not going to stick the boot in. No, you played and I didn't, so. Look at that, that beep went off right on the gravy stroke again, and Simon just dismissed it. Didn't even register. Yeah, you did right there, Carl, there have been, but this now... Oh, he hasn't got it. He's missed it by a mile. Dear, oh dear, oh dear.
A bit of nerves coming out for the first time tonight, John.
From Simon, yeah.
Yeah, in this game, yeah.
This what Carl Watson was just mentioning. So it's a great time to say that, Carl. Des Wilcox says thank you very much and goes to 5-4 up.
As you can see, Baden Jackson's jumping around out the back. Oh,
And Chrissy.
yeah.
Everybody's got a bit of Irish in them at this point when this song comes on.
I think everyone's jumping around except for Simon.
Oh, he'll be jumping up and down with anger more than anything at the moment, but you'd never know. Maybe I'll get an invite next year. Does he get a ball off the break? No, he doesn't, just to twist the knife even further. I'd love to think so, Des, but I don't think so. I'm not really playing any of the small white ball stuff at all, and haven't been for some time, so I really have to get back into playing this sort of game though. It looks hella fun, especially these black ball rules just look amazing. But yeah, sorry about that. It's not going to be me next year, Des. But you'll definitely hear me next year, but you just won't see me playing. Yeah, no, that's a good point that you made there, Carl. Normal service will no doubt resume very soon, and players will actually get back to doing what they do best and just potting balls. But once the initial nerves go and the misgivings that they have about their game go with it, then that's when you'll see the best pool being played. You know, that's not a bad point actually. Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, no, anything's possible with some practice and a routine. Des, you're not wrong there. I see what you're looking at. He's not got the right angle if it's this red you're looking for. But if you're looking for the bonanza shot with the woo, get in it, get a flick. Don't sit on it. Bad dog. I think that was for me, but he made a comment earlier on about possibly getting an invite to this next year. Yeah, no, it was a touching ball. He's just had to play away from it. If you hit a rail and then hit the red that the cue ball was touching it, it's a fair shot though, isn't it? It can't move before the cue ball touches a rail, as I understand it. Love myself some peanuts, eh? Absolutely love them. Made a rail. We've not seen that foul today. That's one foul we've not seen a single one of all day, is failure to make the rail. I was actually expecting at least one person to not hit a rail, but it's not happened yet. the only problem with any that he makes for himself, if he can pot this and not get too wild and woolly with that yellow that's near the pocket, i.e. if he can control this yellow that's going into that pocket top left of screen, then I think there's your key there. Obviously you've got the yellow at the other end of the table, but it's not actually overly difficult to get onto because you've got two balls in the middle of the table, just like that. I'd hide that, but it's true. Yeah, hot or cold Super Tech. What cloth is on these on-cue tables? Actually, Daryl's right behind me. He can answer that one for us. Cloth on the tables. It's strawn superfine cloth there, Carl, and it plays like an absolute dream by the look of it. Daryl, one for you from Francis. So finicky, so touchy, and actually that's about as good as he could have hoped for. That's where he's playing for. A lot of people would go for the corner here. Simon's one of those players who isn't afraid of the middle pocket with this shot though. Oh, so that's so beautiful, isn't it? It's so serene looking. Francis, by the way, Daryl has seen your message and he will leave them at the control table for you to collect tomorrow. So 5 frames all, folks. So this game is proving to be just as tight as we thought. Mind you, everything's been tight today. It seems to be that any person who does get a lead immediately sees it sliced. Desi here does have a successful break, and you have to be reds. Reds for your life, surely. Yeah, that's alright. Yeah.
This is Brother Love signing off. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Good evening, John. How are you, mate?
Hey, not too bad, Ryan. Ryan King, by the way, gracing the microphone.
Good to join you, mate, for the Great Southern Knockout Part 2. Big shout out for the sponsors this year. You know, if it wasn't for sponsors, we wouldn't be playing tournaments, especially one like this, you know.
Yeah, this is an absolute belter, isn't it?
Well, you know, like watching it at home last year is not the same from coming down this year and experiencing the atmosphere like this in the Racecourse Hotel,
Especially now that the tournament itself has actually had a year to find out what it actually wants to be, and it was such a success last year, and all you can do now is just build off it, and it's great to actually have people coming down here en masse and getting behind their players and just getting behind the event like you guys have.
Definitely, yeah. Me and Des practice all the time together. We play in PS tournaments all together. And I just had to come down here and support him. He was by himself last year with his partner, and that incredible comeback that Adam had last year. Waving up that crowd last year. When Adam came back to within a couple of frames.
That would have been absolutely nerve-wracking to watch.
I had it on the live stream TV at the club, and it was unbelievable game.
By the way, Ryan, we've got a message of support there from Corey and somebody asking Corey where he's from. So I'll let Corey answer the second of those two questions.
Ryan Dog in the house. Max says hi. So Corey is Chrissy's ex-partner, and Max is Chrissy's little boy that Corey and Chrissy had together.
So, I did not know that.
So yeah.
I'm learning.
Hey, little Max, how you going, buddy? Shouldn't you be in bed, mate?
Nah.
And
stuff that. Stuff that. Watch stepdad play.
Yeah, exactly. Got to watch this game, eh? Lindsay Franklin, another good slinger player from our club. 7-time A-grade winner from the Plymouth Club. Hey, Lindsay, and Super Tech. Super Tech, you know who he is?
I'm afraid to say no.
No? Super Tech. We're from Corey. Corey's from New Plymouth. Same little club as me, Des.
Lovely snooker dropped in there from Simon.
Yeah. So me, Des, and originally Adam, before he moved to Christchurch, was from New Plymouth Club. We were playing there for a good amount of years before Adam moved to Christchurch. And
So that was a total snooker, so he didn't need to contact a rail after the red.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think he did hit a rail, but that point's moot when it's a full snooker.
What a game this is though, John, 5-all. We haven't seen a game like this for, the last three games, have been, 7-4, not 5-all, So it's good to see Des and Simon battling it out of here. Even though I'm from New Plymouth, I certainly hope Des wins this game, John.
I would expect nothing less. He's your boy, isn't he?
Exactly. Good mate. A brother to me. Taught me how to play the game. So yeah, I'll return the favour, and definitely cheer him on.
See, also, I've misgendered Super Tech, so I'm sorry about that.
Zane Bernard. Hey Zane, how you going? Lots of love from the Necky. Let's go Des, this match is bloody magic. Definitely is, mate. Period of a game, don't get me wrong, all games were, unbelievable from this morning onwards. But this game certainly is another level. So Kevin Jordan, hey, go Necky, Kevin Mary, hey Kevin. Zane Bernard, the two young lads are asleep, getting ready for tomorrow. So Zane's from our club. He's just taken Riley and his son Blake to the Junior Nationals in Wilcox, John.
Oh yeah.
So Zane was very nice of him to chaperone two young boys from our club, including his own son, to Invercargill to the Junior Nationals.
Bit of caginess going on here.
Yeah, I know. We haven't seen much of that this weekend, eh, John? From what I've, I landed at, 7:30 this morning, witnessing Baden and Des having a few little hits on the table this morning. and then into the games this morning, I haven't seen much at the stage, John, have you?
I've seen a little bit of it, especially from Kerry and Brent, where the players who've played the most safely. Those are the two there, and Brent clammed up really nicely against Adam when Adam was going great guns on him, and he actually slowed Adam's game down and managed to get a few frames that way and start to get some more belief in himself. So if you can change your game to make the other player play more like you or play to your speed, then that really does help.
Yeah. Simon played that red on the rail there, and that's the difference of these rules, putting the opponent's ball safe while you've got, 5 balls in the middle of the table and you can kind of relax on putting these balls with, your opponent's ball on the rail. As much as I hate to say it, Simon looks like he's going to go 6-5 up here.
It's looking pretty automatic here, isn't it? I say that and he stuffed the last clearance up, but
yeah,
you would think he'd learn from that, wouldn't he? Maybe do something a little different to ensure that he gets the finish this time.
Yeah. Oh, is he going to hit that, John?
I reckon he has.
Is he supposed to be playing that ball to the middle?
That's the ball I'd imagine he'd want, but he's going to have to reroute and play that rightmost yellow of the three.
So you have to play this red down the right-hand pocket and play for one of these two yellows in the middle, I think.
The red?
The yellow. He's on the yellows. So he's in it.
Yeah,
did I say red? Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, my apology.
Oh, that's beautifully done.
Oh,
Possibly overcued it again, though,
yeah.
So he would have wanted to be nice and straight on this. Instead, he's got the angle, and this is dangerous with the black lying there.
Bit of tension in the air. Possibly he can kiss into the 10 head, the 8 ball, John, and stay on that yellow to the middle.
Just a question. Super Tech, by the way, I'm afraid to say this, I don't actually know who you are, so could you please give me a name so I can call you by that name? That's just lovely, though. Again, Simon, geez, he's actually queuing really well right now, even though he's perhaps mucking a shot up every now and then. His queuing's still beautiful.
So it looks like it's going to go 6-5 to Simon here. Great game we got here, though, Graham,
So here we go.
I've just
6-5 to Simon.
I've just been sitting with Chrissy there, John, and cheering Desi on, and there's a few boys and women supporting for Simon there. What a shame Des and Simon drew each other first up, but they're the best two in the country right now at these rules. You know what? There's, I don't know. Before I knew a lot about Adam, John, but never actually seen him play. Never actually seen Adam play beforehand, John, but I heard what he was all about coming to this tournament. But with Patrick's comment there saying what a shame Des and Simon drew each other in the first round, it is what it is. 8 players. Very unfortunate they drew each other in the first round.
As far as the spectacle goes, this is exactly what you want, though.
Exactly.
Yeah, one of them's going to not be playing tomorrow, but they had to earn it either way that it went. Doesn't matter who they're playing, they're going to get a really tough match. It just so happens that they got drawn against each other, so you play it how it lies.
Yeah. I know Des has been practicing very hard for this tournament, John, with a table at home, With kids at home too, I've heard that he's been, kids at bedtime, going out to the garage and practicing, very hard. How many beers at Depot you pies? Not too many, Samuel, just a few. But no, good to join John here in the commentary box. And met John a few times. He's, the voice for no reason. But yeah, what a game this is.
You want to reconfigure that? The voice for no... I know what you meant to say, by the way. He's not the voice for no reason.
Well, he's not the voice for no reason, but I unsaid that really. But yeah, you know, like I've been.
Oops.
Little shot from Simon there.
Ooh, he's actually got a bit fortunate with.
But he's not
the
on
fact
the set yet, is he? Yeah,
still an open table. He's got fortunate that he's made it a little uglier for Des, but even so, Des will be salivating at this. The yellows you'd have to imagine would be the balls to go for now. Oh, tremendous power. Look at that queuing.
He's got a few balls to...
Tyler.
Is that Sam Newman, New Zealand's hottest tradie? I don't know. Is he the hottest tradie, John? I don't
Maybe
know.
you can let the girls decide that one. Maybe everybody who thinks they are should actually post a photo of themselves and let the girls and gay guys decide that one.
Yeah.
That'd be an interesting conversation to have, wouldn't it? I imagine that'd be a
That's
few
a-
beers deep conversation.
I mentioned that shot from Des. That's a great shot there, John, to come, you know, in between his Simon's red there and play the yellow here. Look, he's just got to keep the ball controlled here and keep on these 3 balls for the black to the middle here, John. What a game this is, though,
It's a
John.
lovely
You know,
game.
like
Yeah.
you know, Des, North Island 2-time champion, defending his title this year because of COVID last year. Didn't get a chance to defend it, and Simon, what can you say about him? But yeah.
Well, everybody else has already said it, haven't
Look
they?
at
So
that.
it leaves us with no words.
Yeah. That's a good shot from Des to kiss into that red there. Give himself open shot from the black here. Will he come in between the reds here and play the black in the same pocket, John?
Yeah, it's the natural way.
Yeah.
I also think because he's queuing over the 8, he has to make sure he cues it with conviction, and that's the best position to be in for the 8 is for the same pocket for that queuing.
That's a good shot from Des.
Off the red to make it even better.
6
Nice.
all. John, you know, like a game like this, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 2-1, 2-all, you know, like 6 all. It's unbelievable, you know, like, you know, can't get any better than this. A comment from Corey there, John, Ryan King. Talk us through Desi's shots, bro, you know that much. I don't know if you know, John, I've played with Des since I was 10 years old. I know Des from inside out, you know, like, and whatnot, but unbelievable curious, you know.
So we will have an intermission after this frame.
Who's your pick to go up at the intermission, John? Des or Simon, 7-6 up?
I would say just because he's got the break, I think Des is the favourite to take the lead.
Does Ryan know Usher? I know Usher there, Joseph. Samuel Newman, the bald eagle.
Does he get a
There's-
ball off the
no.
break though? Maybe I could be wrong here.
It's a very unfortunate, you know, spread like that, dry break.
It's frustrating because he hit it so well.
Yeah.
Just needs that little bit of luck for a ball to go down. We've had so many dry breaks in this tournament.
I don't know, tight pockets, like I've seen some players play balls down the rail this weekend and tight pockets, you know, like I don't think I'd even be able to manage playing on this table, John, let alone yourself. But I've seen some, you know, shots, even Des's white ball up the top rail and George snookered Simon, you know, I was just like, hang on, is that dropping? And then it just sat there. And I was like, wow,
Yeah, exactly. You would have thought
Yeah.
all money that would go down. But
Exactly.
Not on this table, not with these pockets. Joseph Magon, what the hell, man? Good to see you watching the stream, though.
Super Tech, good luck to Shaden McKenzie and the Junior Nets this weekend. He'll be playing the Great Southern Knockout in no time. I'm sure he will. Another junior that I've heard from Canterbury, John, Shaden
Yeah,
McKenzie.
he's one of the biggest up-and-coming juniors in the game.
Yeah.
In terms of his ability to play, he's right up there. His game's just gone from strength to strength to strength. I remember playing a pairs tournament with him 4 years ago when he was only 12 years old, and that was still when I was still playing for Wollston Gold, and he and I ended up winning the club champions together. I tell you what, I'll never ever forget that, because just the absolute joy on his face when we won that thing was something else.
Yeah.
And after that, his game's just gotten so much better from there. He already had something to build on, but I think he wanted that to drop, actually.
It was like me back in the day, winning these little comps, John, put a lot of, confidence in my stroke. Not only my stroke, game and whatnot, and does a lot for you. Gary Homestead, get in there's great commentary, Ryan. A few beers deep, just trying to stay relaxed, and
Just like that. You're just talking about the rails.
I know, John. How's that not gone in? I'm kind of glad, Dez's side, but
No, you are.
yeah.
That hasn't either, but
That's a good shot.
that's
though.
not bad.
That's a good shot.
And he's not left that yellow over the pocket on either, so he's going to have to play the yellow nearest to the black, I'd say.
Lindsay Franklin, I can see Des has been keeping the white ball on the table from this break-off this year, stretching too many times last year. Lindsay, I know for a fact that he's been working on his break this year, from what I've been told and heard, and but apart from that, he's been working hard towards his break, keeping the white ball on the table, trying to get a ball off the break every time. Joseph Megan, Ryan, when did you first meet Des? Actually, I don't know if anybody wants to hear the story, but
I think
Des used to
wants to now.
Des used to pick on me really badly at high school, throw yogurt from my bag and cut my bag ties up and chuck me in a rubbish bin and whatnot. It's a good shot from Des. Is he screeched on that red in the middle?
No, I think he's fine.
But yeah, used to pick on me big time at high school there, John. But whatnot. But started playing pool with him. Started getting a bit better, and took me under his wing a little bit, and showed me how to play pool properly, and But yeah, used to pick on me a lot at school, John, and it used to hurt me. But what can I say?
Thankfully,
he's a really good friend.
Thankfully, grew from that.
Yeah, he's a really good friend of mine, and will be for a very long time. And just getting married next year, John. So
Oh yeah. Oh nice.
So
nice.
So
I know that feeling.
I did it at the start of January, John. I was sitting there, actually standing there waiting for my bride to turn up, and she ended up actually turning up on the day.
I thought you were going to give us an anticlimax there. I was scared that you were going to say you got jilted.
Nah, not at all.
But I do believe I remember seeing you post about the fact that you'd just been married earlier this year. So
this is queuing it so good here, John.
That's beautiful. Again, just down the rail shot. I reckon plays this down the rail now. Gets on one of those two reds. How good's his rail queuing? Very good,
So good.
as it would seem.
Like, I don't know if anyone's been, I think Dez's practice, I don't know how everyone else practiced, but, Dez's practice very hard for this tournament, and it just goes to show what he's doing right now, John, staying in within one every single frame of this tournament, or this game right now, yeah.
Bit of check off the rail.
Off the draw. Oh, look.
Oh, and off the jaw. Maybe a little bit of fortune.
Corey Freeman loved this story. It's a great story, like me, Des and Adam, John, we all played in the same club. All played snooker, all played pool from a very young age, Mario Hildred too, young single player. Yes,
jam
Desi
it
boy.
in.
Get in there, Desi boy. 7-all.
7-6 to Des. You've given Simon one too many.
No, sorry, 7-6. But yeah, like a story from that, John. Come on, Desi boy.
So we've got the following sponsors to thank once again. So yeah, we do go to an intermission, folks, but just before.
But yeah, John, Michael's going to take over for me so I can support my best mate at the end of this game, and hopefully Des can fly through and take this match, It'll mean a lot for me coming down from New Plymouth, supporting them and winning the first round, and fingers crossed, John. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later, and Michael's taking over.
Cheers, Ryan. Catch you guys very soon.
And the postman, keep it going, it's great to watch.
Alright, so back live. Sorry about that, I forgot to click 2 buttons. Simon with the break and successful on the break, and he's now established a set. He's on reds, so this is such a promising match to begin with, and so far it's delivered in spades. Des with the most slender advantage of the lot. Already one-upping his efforts from last year. He's actually managed to get ahead to start with, so let's see how Simon deals with it. And I've got Mike Hayes back on commentary with me.
Hey John, so good to be back for the final session of this blockbuster match. Really, probably the pick of the draw for the first day matches. So yep, happy to be calling it for the home stretch, and yeah, just want to again say thanks to everybody who's been tuning in and watching and chatting on the commentary with us. Thanks for sticking in with us today, guys. It's been a massive day. Hope you've been enjoying it, and yeah, can't wait to see how the final session of this match plays out. There's nothing in it at the moment. It's anybody's game.
Yeah, and Simon trying to drop in a snooker there for Des, and Des responding by covering the pocket. So we've seen a fair bit of safety in this game, but one thing that has ruled has been some beautiful stroke play by both players. But I think the stroke play in this game has been on par with, if not better than, any other match that we've seen so far, bar Adam Lilly at his best.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's one of, all top players, they usually all hit the ball very well, but these two especially just hit the ball very clean. And I always say to a lot of people, I think that's one of the keys to good positional play is good, consistent ball striking, consistent timing, and that's what allows you to get consistent reactions and positions with the white. And these two players demonstrating it very well here.
Francis North asking what time tomorrow we start. Mike, you might be able to answer that.
Yes, so tomorrow we've got 3 matches. We've got 2 semi-finals and the final. So semi-final number 1 starts at 10 a.m, semi-final number 2 starts at 2 p.m, and the grand final starts at 7 p.m. Saturday night.
So in you get. Pencil yourselves in for those times tomorrow. Make sure you're available. You do not want to miss this, especially if today's games have any barometer to use. Fantastic day's pool so far, stretching into the evening, and tomorrow promises more of the same.
Oh, absolutely, and it's only going to step up even further tomorrow, because basically, the guys today, they're just trying to get themselves into tomorrow, but then tomorrow, those first matches, that's when you're getting into money. Literally, winning your first match tomorrow is worth $4,000. So huge matches tomorrow.
Summit Monga, thank you very much for that. I'm going really well. I've got the best seat in the house, so I can't really complain at all. Bearing witness to some amazing feats here.
But unlucky though,
super.
all just spat out.
Yeah,
Nothing's really sat over the corner.
Exactly. You would have expected a ball to drop there, but it hasn't happened. Unwittingly, he's actually given Simon a chance here.
Looks like, probably the toughest of those reds is probably the red closest to the black spot, and it looks like it is on to the left corner as we look at it. So as long as Simon can negotiate the positional play here, I suspect he'll fancy his chances. Well, maybe it wasn't as on as I thought, otherwise I don't believe he would have played that shot to try and screw into that and develop things.
See, we've got somebody who's looking to support Baden tomorrow. Baden did the deed in his first game today, beating Kerry 13-11.
Absolutely, a great win for Baden. I mean, any win in this event is a great win, but yep, it's just going to get tougher again tomorrow. So as well as all the winners have played today, they'll all know that they need to step it up another level tomorrow. And that's a top shot from Simon there. That was the potential banana skin. The Terence was getting himself a look on that one, and he's judged it very nicely. So he's just got to make this one in the centre, 2 reds down the bottom of the table, and just has to get back to the black, which is pretty clear and open. So.
And it's that experience with the small white ball and actually playing on the table and understanding the way these tables play. And you see he's had to really get his skates on there to play that.
I can't believe he didn't take the red closest to him to the middle to start that.
I think that he's looking for that for the 8. The 8's close to it, and maybe that's gotten in his head that that's what he's had to do, but now he's going to have to take it. He's 2 straight on the one in the corner to the right. Oh, I think he might have hooked himself.
Can he see that?
Oh, maybe he can.
Maybe
if not, then we swervy shot.
Yeah, if he just loads it up with a lot of right-hand side, then just pull it around the 10 slightly, and equally that spin will just flick the red a little bit and straighten that red up on contact.
You can see this. He's queuing it just at the bottom. And that's just so good. What a great shot to come out of there. Then again, you'd expect nothing less from Simon. And the black to make sure of it to put a mark on the frame. So 7 apiece, and what a start we've had to the second session of this match. Button, but it's not playing. Mike's just having some problems with the cord that plays some music in between frames, but it looks like he's got it all figured out. And now back live. Once again, Des has broken dry, so Simon, fresh off a clearance, will be licking his lips at this.
I think we've got a chance here, John, of seeing a hill-hill match.
Oh, very much so.
The rate it's going. I mean, has anybody had any more than a 1-frame advantage in this?
No, it's been pretty much frame for frame. So you can't, at the moment, pick anything other than a hill-hill finish.
It's already at this point, you can already tell it's just, whoever loses this match is going to be very cruel on them, because both guys have played very well, and if they continue this way, it's just going to go, you can say, it's going to go hill-hill, and someone's going to be unlucky and miss out, but that's Paul, as we all know, so both of them will be hoping to do something special and hit a bit of a patch in the back end of this match. Geez, he almost looked like he was on the gravy stroke, about to deliver it, and then just backed off at the last second. Tiger Woods would be proud of that one.
I wish Tiger Woods had shown that much restraint, to be honest.
Well, he was the king of it though on the golf swing, you know, like there's several times I've seen Tiger Woods, he's been stood over his shot, he started his backswing, and he's on the downswing, and then suddenly realises he's out of shape and just manages to slam on
stop
the brakes
it
at the last second. Like, if you haven't seen it before, look it up on YouTube. It's ridiculous. So
That's got to put so much torque on your body and
you
to
think you could do an injury?
decelerate like that.
Oh yeah, he had done himself multiple injuries. So
Jeez, that's a slice and a half.
it's
And
that much trickier when you're using the rest, but he's played it well.
yeah. The Reds actually bogged off enough to allow that leftmost yellow of the four there to actually go past it as well. So he's got a shot to start off with, which is fantastic.
We can neither confirm nor deny if Simon Singleton has been on the nose bears during the intermission. Someone has posted it in the chat. Stranger things have happened at the Racecourse Hotel, let's put it that way.
I don't even want to know, to be honest. Actually, I do want to know. Now you've just sated my appetite, but I'm a sucker for stupid stuff like that, so I'll probably look to find out anyway.
Simon Singleton has not blinked since the intermission. I think that's a bit of a giveaway.
You sure about that? I'm pretty sure I saw him blink once, but even then, it was only a half blink.
I may be talking trash.
Possibly. Oh dear. Oh dear, he tried to thin that and go in, but it's hit the jaws, spat back out, and Simon would have been just so like so many other players before, sat in his seat thinking he's not going to get a shot. But here he is at the table. So we're out, and it looks like he's made himself on for the red in the middle here, Mike.
Yeah, no, he's judged that one nicely. So we can follow this one through, got the red down the rail next, everything opening up very nicely.
And he's so good at making this finish possible, isn't he? He's so excellent at just controlling that white ball to ensure that he gets exactly the shot that he wants.
He's a very, very precise player. You can just tell by his mannerisms and the way he walks around the table. And he looks at every shot from every angle, and he's just got a very good sort of consistent routine with that. You know, some players sometimes can get a little bit quick or a little bit slow here and there, but yeah, Simon manages to maintain a very good, consistent rhythm and pace around the table, and yeah, gives every shot its due respect.
One thing I really like about what Simon does is that he stalks the table, especially when he's playing really well. He stalks the table. It's like a pitcher stalking the mound in a baseball game. You do that to show dominance, and it's the same with pull. If you're stalking the table, then that's your table. But nobody's taking that off you, and while you're there, you're the king.
I'll tell you actually, of all the other guys we've watched today, and again, they're all very, very good at some of this sort of stuff, but for me, Adam Shaw is actually another sort of real standout with that sort of approach. When you watch him at the table, there's a lot of similarities in the way and how him and Simon go about their business around the table.
Yeah, no, it's true, and from a guy who's reasonably quiet and generally you wouldn't expect anything like that from him. He definitely knows how to turn that on with pull. So frame number 16 here, we've got Simon 8-7 to the good and breaking. Nothing down though, he's hit it so well and actually didn't look like he hit it hard at all. He just timed the pants and underwear off it, but nothing down once again.
So I see someone wants Corey Cook to hush hush. Dad's trying to sleep. You want me to go do something about that?
Do you want to go to his house and tell him yourself?
I think Corey is in the arena here.
Oh, is he now?
Should I go over and have a word? Should I use my words or my actions?
Your words. Oh, that's a bad miss from Des.
Yeah, a bit of a loose one actually. We haven't seen too many proper loose shots from these guys, but we're all human. It's a long match, and it's definitely at this point, you know, that the fatigue can start being a factor. And you've got to remember, like the level of focus and concentration these guys have to put into playing at this level is phenomenal. And yeah, definitely, you know, at this point, you know, they're a good hour and a half to. To utilise the free shots, so obviously done his homework there, and yeah, demonstrating it well again today. But to be fair, I think most of the rest of the field have really improved in that sense this year. There was definitely a few guys last year who I thought, you know, looked, you know, just a little bit green with some of the shot options when using that free shot. But yeah, I think all the guys have stepped up across the board this year. Yeah,
definitely. That's one of the biggest changes from last year to this year. Last year, the black ball rules were new to everyone, but some of the players obviously took more time than others to actually study the rules and the application of the rules to the game. Others did not, and it showed. And it wasn't so much about playing ability last year who determined the winners from the losers, but who used the rules the best. And obviously these guys from England, they've got an advantage having played them before or having played two-shot, but even so, if you all set a task, then you all need to do your homework on it. So if you fall short, that's your own problem. to this to take a 2-frame lead for Simon.
Hit them with some heavy drum and bass here, try and
Here we
wake
go,
things
got
up.
it. 9-7. Take us away, DJ. That's Simon's support crew, I think, are going nuts for this, even though they're all off camera.
Alex
on
again,
the
as
left,
soon as
look
the
at him
D&D
go.
comes on.
Mind you, Mike and I are both having seizures here. It's awesome pump-up music, isn't it? You've made a great selection there.
Right, so we're just trying to get the atmosphere, we're just trying to hype it up and get these people excited about St Paul, because it's one of the, sort of, I don't want to say a black mark, but it's just definitely a comment I've heard in the past from some people who've come and checked out some of the other tournaments and competitions we've been involved in previously. Maybe things can be a little bit quiet and dull and boring for people who aren't quite as familiar with pool, but we're just making a big effort to try and extend our reach out to some people who perhaps don't normally watch and see and play pool, and that's been some of the greatest feedback we get, is that there's just a lot of locals and new people who have come down and checked this out and really enjoyed it. So great advertisement for New Zealand pool.
Oh, no doubt. And for people who don't watch pool, one of the biggest things is getting yourself into watching people playing a white ball at an object ball for several shots, trying to plot that into pockets. It can be like watching paint dry if you're not used to it. So if you do introduce something like some really good music into it, or spectator prizes, or any incentives like that to get people to get into the game, then that really helps, and it hooks them and it keeps them hooked. So I definitely see what you mean, Mike, and your music selections this year have been on point. You'll have to talk to the New Zealand Pool Promotions crew about that, Tony.
Yes, and definitely, Tony, there's you're one of many people who have contacted us, very keen to get involved with this competition, and we're stoked to hear people saying that. And probably the best thing I can say to people who want to be a part of it is, we always look at the year leading up to its results, so do some damage in the next 12 months, and it's hard not to pick you.
Yeah, it's on results as much as reputation, isn't it? But then you add in what you give back to the game, and these players all give back to the game, which is a part of the reason why they get picked. You know that they're going to bring crowds, you know that they're going to support the game itself even when they're not playing, so they help to bring the noise, so to speak.
Oh, absolutely, and it's definitely a part of it, but 100% first and foremost, the biggest factor we pick on is just straight out talent and ability. So if you're playing well and getting results, you'll definitely be in consideration, no two ways about it.
You make the noise with the results, don't you? You bang the door hard enough with consistent results.
Actions speak louder than words. Be answered. Plenty of people have got the chat, but it's all about bringing the game and pool, isn't it? We all have to talk it up and all rate ourselves, but can you get on there and do it?
You all like people who fish in a way, isn't it? They can all talk about what they've caught and what they've missed, but actually proving it on the day, isn't it?
So Simon in good position here, and to be honest, since the intermission, he's definitely looked the stronger of the two, and starting to open up a small lead for the first time in the match. So if Simon manages to finish this one, Des will need to really stop the rot and close that deficit very quickly.
Well, what Simon's had is a lot more table time. He's actually gotten on the table and stayed on it he's made sure that he's left Des absolutely nothing, and Des has had to pick the bones out of it at any time he's come to the table, and he hasn't quite been as sharp himself when he has gotten there, so Simon definitely has got the bit by the teeth here. So I say that and I've just put the hex on him. Yes, I think that's the first time I've done that today, so there you go, Mike, I've done it myself.
I've learned from the master, John. I've taught you well.
I'm the best. On you, my Padawan.
Grasshopper.
You have not disappointed me.
Way of fun.
Tell you what, there'd be a few Naki supporters who'd be glad that I've given him that version of the Kashmir Bone. I think we all know about the Kashmir Bone, don't we?
I'm not sure if it's known around the country, but if you've played in the Christchurch and Canterbury scene, like the Kashmir Bone goes way back. It is quite.
Get out of the middle pocket.
Where's
Woo!
the dribble?
Woo!
Oh wow! Unforced error there as well. And you can definitely see the body language of Des at the moment really looks to have dropped. So really needs to find some way to kick himself back into gear and turn this around.
That'd be more like a kick in the pants than anything. I tell you what he had done. He'd actually looked so good as well. I know it was only a few shots in, but he was queuing so nicely, and the whole table would open itself up for him, but just overran it slightly, and it only takes a few more rolls and you're in the po. Yeah, no, the Kashmir Bone is... I've actually been on the... Some people have tried to put me on the wrong end of it myself when I used to play for Woolston. When Woolston and Kashmir used to have a massive rivalry. And basically all it was that you extended your fingers, if you're a Kashmir player, and you'd rub the fingers of your other hand on it. It's almost like you were trying to start a fire with your fingers to try to put the other person off without actually putting them off.
Oh, you're not wrong, John. I mean, obviously I've been a member of the Kashmir Gold team for the last 6 or 7 years now. I've been boning pool players all over Canterbury, left, right and centre for quite some time now, so well versed with the Kashmir Bone.
That's not suggestive at all. There's
How
still a free.
could you interpret that
There's
suggestively?
still a free shot by an open table, by the way. Mike, he's potted a red and a yellow on that shot.
Yeah, it's an interesting rule, that one. Doesn't work that way on some of the other codes, but again, just another example of how the black ball rules are just getting a little bit more attacking and progressive. So yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, now he is definitely on a set, having potted a yellow without a red.
Cool message there from Linz Franklin, playing snooker at the Hoonhay Club. First 50 break against Mark Canavan back in the 90s. So I actually kick-started my my pool sort of career, or whatever you want to call it, if you will, back at the Hoonhay Club as well. So yeah, I grew up in Hoonhay, and my dad was a member and played in the pool teams there. And so I think as a young sort of 13, 14-year-old, sort of first started going down and getting myself into the mix in the pool scene and playing a bit of snooker down there too. So yeah, it was a great club, and there's a lot of top players who came out of there. So a bit of a shame that all fell over. I reckon if you rounded up a bunch of ex-Hoonhay players from around the traps, you'd be able to put together a pretty serious team still.
What is it? Brad Campbell, Bill Earl, yourself, Mike Herlihy.
Yeah,
Simon Green used to play for Hoonhay.
Yeah, Charlie Schooner played
Charlie
there for
Schooner.
a bit. Jordan Mahi.
I remember you as a junior, most definitely, when I used to play junior pool as well, around the same time, and definitely remember you from Hoonhay, and then unfortunately that club fell over and you guys ended up all coming to play for Kashmir Black as...
I was actually Riccarton, a couple of us went to, so I know a lot of them did end up moving over. Actually, sorry, I guess I moved to Riccarton before the club fell over, but yeah, a lot of those guys, when Hoonhay did finally bite the dust, ended up moving over to Kashmir, and I must be cursed because I was at Hoon Hay, and then eventually Hoon Hay went under, so I went over to the Riccarton, who had a very top team at the time, and several years later that went under, so I went to Cashmere after that, but Cashmere hasn't gone under yet.
Look
So
at this lovely
beautiful
position.
shot, beautiful shot.
Yeah,
Great to see
wouldn't
Des
that be
putting
awesome?
up some fight here.
Got it. He's got it. He's got a frame back, so 10-8 now. Simon's lead now cut down to 2 frames. Yeah, by the way, Carl, sorry about that. Yeah, John Saundercock, my name. John the Voice Saundercock, as many people refer to me as. Thank you, Alex Stones, for that. Bit of Kasabian with Clubfoot for your listening pleasure. Named after one of Charles Manson's disciples, I believe.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Linda Kasabian
Interesting.
was, yeah, essentially he was like a cult leader back in the late 60s and responsible for murdering Sharon Tate, who at the time was a close confidant of filmmaker Roman Polanski. Roman Polanski was actually the target of that attack at their house, but he wasn't there. So they ended up offering Sharon Tate and a number of other people who were at that house. And for her role in the murders, she ended up, I believe, getting a long prison sentence. But Charles Manson got a longer one himself, and he ended up dying in prison about 5 years ago, I think, from memory.
It's one of my favourite things about commentating with you, John. I learn something new every single time. Wealth of knowledge.
Yeah, it's one of those funny things that you don't really forget about, even though it's quite morbid for some. You're fascinated by history, or at least I am, and you remember so much.
So,
just the little stuff.
Just jumping back to the pool for a sec, I think that last frame was a massive frame for Des. You know, they'd pretty much come back from the intermission, and Simon had definitely looked a more comfortable player and was starting to build a bit of a lead. So, you know, that last frame, the difference between 11-7 and 10-8 in the race to 13 is huge. So, hopefully for the sake of this match, Des can build on that, but I'm sure Simon, he won't be slowing down. He'll be keeping the foot on.
Indeed, there's a pedal there, press it. Rich nickname. I know who that is, by the way. Who are you talking about?
Actually, just jumping back to Lynn's comment about the 11 times national champ at Hoon Hay billiards player, I was struggling to remember because I always used to see this guy playing up on the top billiards table in the snooker room and would always just leave and be while he's doing it. But I'm pretty sure it was Dave Meredith. I don't think he's playing anymore. I think he is still floating around, but I'm pretty sure that was his name, and I'm pretty sure he was very dominant in the billiards scene for quite some time. But that was sort of when I was very young and just starting to go to the club, so just slightly before my time personally. Maybe you can verify that if that name sounds about right.
The name sounds familiar. I haven't really don't follow much of billiards or snooker, so I'm not as au fait with those players as you would be.
To be honest, not as much myself, but I think it was pretty much just a case of, you know, because I started out at Hoon Hay Club and, you know, he was sort of the big dog in the snooker room at the Hoon Hay Club, so cool, Lynn's has confirmed that, yes it was Dave, awesome. But yeah, never really got the chance to play with him or see much of him myself, but from all the people down at the Hoon Hay Club, they all used to rave about him, so yeah, you know, he must have been the goods.
You don't gain people raving about you for no reason. There's always something behind that.
It's a funny one, there's a lot of people you bump into in the pool and snooker scenes and stuff who are pretty quick to talk themselves up and talk about their own game, but,
exactly.
But the very best guys, other people talk about them, they don't talk about themselves, other people do.
Got it. And got position. What
Beautiful
a brilliant shot. now just to cruise back down table. We want to sort of be towards our side of the table, I'd imagine, for the 8.
We hit it just below centre, sliding back slightly left. Beautiful.
Does he hit the red to help?
Ooh, that red would have hitting that red would have been nice, but still very makeable shot.
Yeah, odds on for 11-8 here. I tell you what, after that clearance that Des made, this is a great little frame to get immediately after that.
How is it?
It's fine. It's off the jaw, but it's in. So 11-8 to Simon Singleton.
You can hear this, the quality of the singing in the crowd has deteriorated massively as the night has worn on, but they're having a great time and that's all that really matters.
That's questionable at best, isn't it? See Alex nodding his head once again.
Some interesting question on the straight aim thing as a coach. I must admit, when I sort of first saw it, I might have even posted a couple of comments on Facebook that were a little bit came across a little bit critical, but I think just to have a second chance to kind of revisit that, I definitely think there's a place for training aids of all sorts and all types of sports, but I think the main point for me is that while it can absolutely help develop muscle memory, but I think it just kind of really depends at what stage in your sort of, I don't know, development and knowledge and progress you're at. And I just feel like for a lot of people, there's a lot of other knowledge that you still need to sort of supplement the training aids. So I think it is helpful, but you know, if it highlights that you're not quite cueing straight or you're struggling to cue straight with it, you still need to know what is it that you need to change to sort of improve your action. And it's quite interesting. While we often assume that pool is, you know, we play with our arms and it's about keeping your head still and you think it's an upper body thing, but a lot of issues actually stem from the stance and the foot position, and it's often how we set ourselves up can actually throw off our balance or get our body slightly out of alignment, and that can sort of cause you know, not straight cueing. So I definitely think it's a useful tool, but for me personally, I think to really get the benefit out of it, you still need to get that sort of advice and knowledge and guidance on what changes you might need to be making to your technique to sort of get the best out of it. So useful tool, but I think you just need to get the right info and knowledge to utilise it and really get the most out of it.
Yeah, well said. I must admit I don't know a hell of a lot about straight aim, but I do know that it can help if you allow it to. And obviously if you've got anything to help you play the game better and you're in position to use that, then you'd use it. As it is here, I know Vincent Tate's a massive proponent of straight aim, as is, I believe, Baden Jackson, and a number of those guys up north absolutely love it.
Absolutely, and I think, like I say, I definitely, you know, threw a couple of comments out online when it was sort of first coming out that, yeah, perhaps in hindsight came across a little bit critical, but I think, yeah, reviewing that now, my main point is that I just don't think things like that should be sold as a, you know, buy this and completely revolutionise your game. I think it's only, for me, it's part of the process. But hey, you know, for a lot of people, you know, everybody learns differently, and you know, some people you know, like to hear and learn and understand as much sort of knowledge and info as possible, whereas other people, you know, it needs to be much more hands-on, and they need to have something physical that they can work with and try out. So you know, there's different ways to go about things, and different stuff works well for everybody. So hey, give it a go if you can get your hands on one, but I would just encourage you to, you know, hit up a top player or a coach or someone in your area who can equally give you some pointers and some advice on how to get the most out of it.
You're going to cut this down the rail. Nah, with the double, I would have thought the double would be the shot, but he's missed it, so Simon gets back to the table. Got a chance to get on the hill here, Mike.
And
Des will be in his seat, just crossing his fingers behind his back now.
It's crunch time for Des at the moment. He just unfortunately, when Simon's getting close to the hill and Des is a few frames back, he really needs to make every opportunity count. But if we put the mockers on him again, he's given Des a sniff, and
He might have done.
it's a tough shot here, but it's definitely on to play the double, a very gentle sort of slight draw or stun, and they'll have the black back to the middle, so really needs to jump on this one.
No.
Just sprayed wide. Again, another example of how this table just doubles so much different, and like I can actually see the line he hit that, and that would have been, if not in, then much closer to the pocket on a regular sort of table and push, but that's just sprayed much wider, and he's missed it by a wee bit in the end, unfortunately.
Well, he's missed it by so much, he's nearly potted that red. That shows you how much he's got that wrong in terms of not playing the table, when it is just tapping the table to say good shot for not leaving him a straight shot at this yellow, just being able to make that red on and solidify the frame.
Great effort.
That was
just given it a couple of chances.
Yeah, he's not half had it hit that. That deserved better than it got. Sometimes though, deserving stuff and actually getting it are not the same thing. Do you think he plays the plant here, or would you just leave that?
I think the thing you've got to be very careful with the plant is that the red that doesn't go and cleaned up on the rail, so I wouldn't be surprised if he actually avoids the plant, gets himself into a position where he can pop the red closest to the middle first, and then just leaves the other one where it is and comes back for it. But he may prove me wrong, but I think that's what I'd be trying to do, so I'd be looking to clear that first red over the middle as early as possible. I suspect it might be his next shot now.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. You don't want to play the plant unless you have to, especially not with the frame seemingly sewn up. You make a mistake, you leave the door slightly ajar.
Yeah, there it is there.
It's definitely on now.
He's just got, tap, 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 3 easy balls over the hole now, so just got to be a little bit careful with this one. These are some niggly little shots with this, with these rails that sometimes the spin really dies off the push, but he's done too much, kept it simple.
He's played that deliberately to kill the spin, hasn't he?
Is he a little bit low on it? I think he would have loved to have come a little bit higher back towards the centre of the table so that he could just have natural angle to get back towards the black.
This is not natural. This is actually straight.
Yeah.
Perhaps running away.
I think he's going to punch through. Not enough.
It's also travelling too straight. It hasn't actually widened enough either, so if it had gone wider he would have had a cutting angle, but as it is he doesn't really have that. So he's either got to double this or just play a safety shot, I reckon. That's actually... What do you reckon? Do you think that cut may be on?
I definitely think it is. I don't know if he'll go for it because it is easy to play safe. If it was me, I would be. And backing myself play pocket white.
Corner.
Oh,
Got it.
What a shot.
Don't even doubt him. At the moment, the way he's playing, it's almost automatic, this, isn't it? It just looks that way. It took a little bit of time on it, but once he'd made his mind up, there was nowhere for that ball to go but down.
Hats off to the postman support crew. They're still bopping away, going strong in the corner. So I think that's definitely helping give Simon the edge in the latter half of this match, is having those guys keeping the energy up.
Yeah, I think that's also down to the music as well. I do believe you've kind of helped in there because you've given the people at the venue something to actually vibe to as well. And yeah, Simon's game has improved, and markedly so, but then having everyone bop along with the music actually helps to jig him up even more.
Well, that's it. I think it's more a case of as it's gotten later, it's obviously easier to fade at this time
Oh
of night.
dear, that could be the final act for Des in that match. Could be.
At least there's a couple of little bunches
That's
of keeping
cruel.
things a wee bit tricky here, so not quite straightforward, you know. Yellows is a few in the middle of the table a bit tight. Reds, those two tight below the black. I think for me, my preference would probably be the yellows. I feel like because one of them's on, if you get in the right position in that, you can pot it and develop the others. Whether Simon sees it that way or not, I don't know.
Well, what Simon could do is use his free shot. See, the thing that he's got here is that yellow top right of his screen would be a good ball to use to break them up, but the yellow next to the bulk spot actually makes it harder because that cuts your natural angle off. He could, of course, put it the other side and try to go right rail, bottom rail and get that split, but again, that's using a lot of table to try and do that, so...
Do you think he's going to burn this red and then go yellows, or do you think he's actually going to try and take reds?
Try and stuff the red up.
Well, he might be knocking it down there to open the other two up and leave the reds all easy. That could be the option. See, now...
Yeah, see?
I think that's what he's done, actually, and that's a smart shot, so... Now he's got all the reds are open, and they're all at the same end of the table, so... Great option, I think.
Quite obviously didn't like the yellow, you could tell. He set his sights on red, and then what it does is the shot to play best to open them up for himself, and that's the shot he played. And look at this, they're all open. Just need to join the dots.
Often what separates out the best from the rest is that decision making in critical moments. And there was a lot of different things you could have done there. And as we said, you know, both sets had their problems.
Hold on. Forward the phone.
Kirsten, I'm busy talking it up, saying what a great option. He stuffed it.
Well, yeah, again, not even inches, it's millimetres. That's off the red, then it's on. He's going to kick it up the bum here and try and get a pot that way. Hello. Geez, that's not far away either. But now Des Wilcox to the table and pretty much on death's door here, looking to get a reprieve.
See a bit of shit chat from my loser brother on the stream here. Chocolate Wheatons.
What the hell is that?
No, I'll tell you what. Actually, there's I'm just ragging on my brother as you do, but a little bit of a funny backstory there. So chocolate Wheatons is an expression myself and Jordan Mai have used quite often to describe a particularly nice shot, but I'll tell you who we heard say it the first time, and this is a man I've heard come up with a lot of out the gate sayings. It was actually Craig
Schooner.
I'm not sure if you know Craig and Fran. So used to be at the Rickerton Club, Robbie North's parents.
Yeah, I know.
Craig had a lot of crack up sayings. Remember, me and Jordan heard him say someone played a good shot, and Craig was there and said, "Ooh, chocolate Wheatons," and yeah, we quite like that one. So it's been carried on.
Wanted that to stop for the yellows in the middle. It's run too far. He does still have that yellow in bottom left corner, thankfully, but you'd sense the opportunity was there to get on those tough yellows and put them away. Maybe now, perhaps, even though he's slightly off angle. Your chocolate, I like that.
Yeah, it's a nice one, that one. But the interesting point from Michael Thompson, I mean, he's trumpeting the mallow puffs here, and I guess, you know, depending on your personal preference, a mallow puff may be a better shot than a chocolate Wheaton. I don't know. I guess it all depends what you're into.
It does indeed. We're all different. We all like different sweets.
I mean, I was raving earlier when I was quite hungry about the hot roast beef sandwiches, so maybe I might start referring to a particularly tasty shot as a hot roast beef sandwich. What do we think about that one?
Get on the rail if you're looking for a safety. Tell you what, he's left him long at the very least, so that was the shot and he played it well even though he didn't pot it, so it's put Simon under a bit of pressure to make sure of something here. He may even play for a snooker. If he doesn't like any of these balls to pot, then the snooker's the other shot.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, he tried to thin that, and he's missed it completely.
Wow.
He tried to thin it to get the snooker behind the three bottom left of the table. He's completely mucked it up, so Desi could have this cue ball in hand if he wants it. Put it behind the headstring. I'd say he should. Do that, and I'd play this in the middle right here and just run through and be on either yellow. That's me, but then again, he's there and I'm not.
Absolutely. So he's come up a fraction short on that, but I think he might just be able to play a hint of bottom to kill the white.
Oh, it didn't make the pocket.
So busy trying to hold the white, he's missed the pot. Unbelievable. I'll tell you what, I just wonder, maybe as it gotten a wee bit later, as the table slowed up a fraction through all the course of the frames today, just the way he hit that, I sort of actually felt when he first hit it that was definitely going to drop, and just made me wonder if would that have dropped earlier on in the day? I don't know.
Probably.
Maybe I'm reading into it too much.
Well, table plays new earlier in the day too, doesn't it? And I see here Simon has gotten incredibly lucky with that second kiss there. See, he's stuck the red right in the way. It's almost have to say, yeah, nah, you thought.
So what's he going to do here? I mean, it's always easy to get out of these situations when you've got a ball over the bag like Des does. So
Triple maybe, try to avoid the first yellow and pop the second one over the hole.
He's actually played that
That's
not
all
very
right.
nicely.
Tim Tam, they're nice as well.
Oh, I don't mind the Tim Tam.
I'm sort of thinking about demolishing chocolate biscuits.
Although what I don't like about Tim Tams is it always reminds me of Carlos Spencer, the Auckland rugby player, and how he did the Tim Tam commercials. And as a staunch Canterbury and Crusaders fan, just looking at Carlos Spencer makes me sick. So as much as a Tim Tam is delicious, I just don't quite have the same time of day for them personally.
Linz, no he doesn't. He still gets his free shot. So yeah, you've got the option to have ball in hand behind the bolt string if you get a free shot. Oh, even that middle pocket's moved for him. Jesus Christ.
And I feel for Des. It's just at the back end of this match, and after playing incredibly well at the start, just the wheels have just started to come off, and even now shots where he's hitting them all right, just things just aren't quite going his way. So it's looking like it's going to be very tough for Des to pull a result out of this one. We're never going to write anybody off, but great opportunity here for Simon on the hill to seal the match and progress to the semi-finals.
That free shot that Simon played to promote the black, A, very good shot, B, it's almost like picking wings and flies, because the only thing that was stopping him from getting a finish is now no longer the case, so the finish is now a lot easier. All he has to do is do what he's done so well in the second half and join the dots. Daniel Hyenga, by the way, yes, you are definitely correct in what you say, and just now I saw your comment, 100% right.
I'll do it after the music.
Yeah, sweet.
I'll bless you.
So this to get back towards the middle of the table. Took the draw but got there. And that's lovely jubblies.
Just a well-controlled draw.
And it is.
Oh, he's got that weight on that perth. And that's a shot that, while that looked quite easy, we've seen a lot of guys mess that shot up today.
Yeah, he had that on a string. Much like he's had almost everything on a string in this second half of the game. So Simon Singleton races away with it in the end, 13-8 over Des Wilcox.
Alright guys, so I'm going to sign off quite quickly myself tonight. We've just going to have a quick final wrap up, and what he's going to congratulate the players and all that. So just from me to all you guys out there viewing online, thank you very much for watching the stream today. It's been a fantastic time. Thank you for all the comments. We've really enjoyed chatting with you guys, and we'll look forward to talking to you all more tomorrow.
Yeah, and thank you very much for joining me on the mic for most of the day, Michael. Well, he's just dashed off to do something, but hey, see you at 10 o'clock tomorrow. Don't miss it.
Witness to some fantastic pro And the postman, Simon Singleton. And we'll see you back here tomorrow. Semi-final 1. Adam Lilly, Adam Shaw, 10 a.m. So I reckon Adam's going to win, no doubt. Put some money on Adam with the bookie. But look, thanks for your support. It's been fantastic. We'll see you then. Buy more raffle tickets. There'll be heaps more prizes tomorrow. And good luck to those that are playing tomorrow. Cheers, guys. Thanks very much.